Good afternoon and welcome to the trailer review with Uncle Ren's Popcorn. And today we're talking about the trailer for Doctor Strange. I'm your host, Uncle Ren's, here at Uncle Ren's Popcorn, where we have 25 different flavors of gourmet popcorn. And you can order it online at unclerenspopcorn.com. Now, let's get to the trailer review. Doctor Strange. I'm a Marvel fanboy, been one for a long time, but it's one of those comics that I didn't really read a lot, and I would read maybe crossover episodes of it, but I still had a good idea of who the character was. Now, when Marvel said they was coming out with a Doctor Strange movie, I wasn't all that excited about it until I saw this trailer. This trailer steps into areas that I believe is going to make this movie one of Marvel's best type movie, especially for the time frame that we're in and how people are getting into other levels and realms of spirituality. I think this movie is going to have so many things like that that it connects with just based on the trailer alone. And then doing my research so I can know more about Doctor Strange, I really think this movie is going to be a really good movie from what I've seen of it. So let me give you some of the things that I saw in the trailer that I believe is going to make it good, and as well as some deep diving things that they're tackling just in the trailer alone. Well, the first thing you have to understand that Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, meaning that he delves into magic and mysticism and other realms of spirituality, right? So when you're talking about Doctor Strange in that, understand that before he became the Sorcerer Supreme, he was a doctor. He was I believe a brain surgeon or a neurosurgeon. And the thing about it, he was a butthole. Okay, his parents died when he was young, and he was arrogant, and he was the type of person who wouldn't help you unless you could afford it. So he was not a nice guy. Okay, he was the typical stereotype of the arrogant, the doctor with the God conscience going on. But then he has this accident. And in the car accident, and they show this in the trailer, and that's where the trailer starts. He had the accident, and his hands are all mangled, and he's got the shakes going on. So he's losing that one thing that allowed him to be the great neurosurgeon that he was, or brain surgeon. I don't know which one it is. It might be the same thing. But anyway, he lost that ability, and so now in the movie he's searching. He's looking for a way to heal himself, to get himself back into the same game he was already in, not realizing that this was an opportunity to move forward. Which is why the next thing in the movie, and it says it, and I'm going to use this on so many other things, where he said, you're a man that's peeking through a keyhole, and you're trying to widen it. Now think about that for a minute. We all perceive the world as if we're looking into a room through a keyhole. We only perceive what the keyhole shows us. That is our reality. But we're always trying to widen it. But if you understand the idea of a keyhole, you can't widen the keyhole. As much as you want to widen your view based on your small perspective that you see it, to widen the keyhole, you actually have to find the master key, unlock the door, and walk into the room so you can see the fullness of the room. And that's the message that they were trying to get across on that part, I believe. And I'm gonna have to do a whole nother, if you're follow my other YouTube messages or on my Facebook, I'll do a whole nother message about life and making your life and mastering you and mastering your life about that one. But just looking for that level of new wisdom, that understanding of life wisdom, you gotta do more than just peek through the keyhole, because you can't widen the keyhole, right? And then they talk about how his work was only one reality of life, and that he began to search the world, and he starts searching. And it's kind of interesting. There's a line in there where he says that he doesn't believe in chakras and fairy tales and power, or the power of belief, but yet he's in India, he's in Tibet, he's in places like that where many people in higher levels of spirituality believe that that's where the center of spirituality is right now on the planet. So, and the spiritual energy is there, so that's where he goes. But it's good that he went there, because he learns that he is filled with possibilities, just like we are all. And then she tells him, the lady and she's bald headed, and she's like a monk lady, like ninja style, and she's telling him that, look, what I see in you is possibilities, right? And so in order for him to get it, just like most of us, we have to have this outer body experience. We have to experience the other realms of possibility, because as much as we have faith and belief, unless we see something, it's hard for us to go and do it. So what happens is it was pretty cool. If you weren't paying attention, she puts her thumb right here on his forehead, which is what most people, that's your third eye, your pineal gland for the more scientific. And then she does like this deal, and she activates his pineal gland. She activates that third eye, which from your pineal gland, DMT is released, which is what sends you to your dream state. So it's like he goes on this DMT in what's that movie? I forgot the name of the movie, but all the wands come from. But he goes on this DMT like trip, and he's like in this Inception. That's the movie. This Inception kind of world, flipping reality kind of thing is going on, and so by experiencing that, then he falls through, and he he comes out of the DMT trip, and all of a sudden, bad. Now he's like, teach me, because you've done something to me that's beyond the realms of my understanding. So now I can go forward. Now I want to learn. Now I can do it. And so many times we're that way. Like, now I can learn after I go through some traumatic situation. Because remember, in the first part of the trailer, they said forget everything you know. So, but that's so hard for people to do, to forget everything they know and start over. But now that he's had the DMT trip, he had the out-of-body experience, now he's ready to learn. And then the next part that you see is that he's walking up the staircases into the light as the Sorcerer Supreme. Think about that. When you come out of the darkness and you're coming up to the light representing knowledge, the light representing freedom, the light representing power. Now he's walking into the light. So I believe that these things are going to make this movie great, that if they follow suit, and it really, and I believe they show who the enemy is going to be, the dude warping reality and everything. So, the movie, at first, like I said, I wasn't excited about Doctor Strange, but now I'm pretty excited about Doctor Strange, because we're going to be talking about chakras and energy and out-of-body experience and all other realms, and then they didn't show him dealing with the time gem or the reality gem. So I don't know if the movie's going to play into the whole Infinity Wars. It might, but we'll have to see what they do with other trailers. It's like rumors out there that it might, because that's one of the things that based on the comic, Doctor Strange did will the time gem. So we're going to see that, but I think it's going to be a good movie. It drops in November. I'm sure there'll be more trailers, and I'll put a video out there about those trailers. So I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. The trailer, it looks like it's going to be, the movie will probably be at least a 7-kernel movie. So again, this is your movie review of Doctor Strange, the trailer, at Uncle Ren's Popcorn. I'm your host, Uncle Ren's, and remember, go online and you can order popcorn, Uncle Ren's Popcorn, online, and our menu's on there. And if you're following me on Instagram at Uncle Ren's Popcorn on Instagram, we shoot out like discounts, 10% discounts, free shipping, things like that. So y'all have a good one. Enjoy yourself. My greatness is non-negotiable, and so is yours.